Alright everybody, so in this video I'm going to be going over the patch notes to the new DBOG update, and what it is it's basically just form perfecting changes. So everything about form perfecting, not everything, but a lot of it got changed. So let's go ahead and go over this. So pretty much, if I switch my thing over to here, so the form perfecting changes, the old one, the consumption, so this is how much stamina and ki was taken from doing like basic actions, and also your charging speed is now going from 2.5 times at F to 1.75 times at F, which is a huge difference. You're going to be losing so much less now. And a side effect of this is that you're actually going to be mastering your forms, or I should say perfecting your forms much faster now, because you get to do more vanishes. And later in the video I'm going to showcase like a tip that you can do to get your stamina up faster as well. UI now shows when you max out a stat. I'll show that in a bit. Ultimate Forms DCBAS stats are changed to all F, excluding stamina and ki type, so I'll showcase that. These are just bug fixes, stuff to do with clans, and mostly the ki blast counters were bugged pretty much, so that's fixed now. And then there was a slight typo in the changelogs where I mentioned that damage increase was 5% each stage. It was supposed to be 10%. Example, F is a 0% damage increase, all the way to S being 50%. So every stage would be a 10% damage increase, which is still technically not true because of how it actually works in the game for some reason. And I'm going to be going over this, and I don't know if this is a bug or intentional or not. I'll try to get the information. But anyway, let's go over it. So to start, let's show in order basically what the patch notes come out. So let's talk about the drain. So if I show my stats here, you see I have 436 agility, 452 key control on this slot. I go over to Super Saiyan, you see it's all F. I'm going to go Super Saiyan. And you guys can see now, you're still losing quite a bit when you're vanishing, but it's much, much less. Now if I go to base and recover my stamina, as you guys can see, this is how much vanishes take in base. So definitely a lot less. So you're still nerfed, but if you guys just go back and look at how the nerf was before, it's crazy. This is a way, way better version of the system. And your stamina is going to go up way faster. And by the way, just so you guys know, Time Chamber isn't just a 2 times perfecting buff. It's actually a 5 times perfecting buff, supposedly. That's what the word around it. The word on the street is basically saying it's a 5 times perfecting buff. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know who decided not to tell anyone it was like that, because everything else in Time Chamber was just a 2 times buff. But, I mean, I'll take it. So, go into Time Chamber, it'll be 5 times faster. In fact, I'll show this real quick. And again, keep in mind, guys, you can get Time Chamber for free. I might make a video specifically called How to Get Time Chamber for Free, because so many people don't understand this, but the Zenny is easy to get. Anyway, let me just show off my, you guys saw how much I was gaining before, kinda. This is how much I got in, like, those few vanishes I did. As you guys can see, I've already almost doubled it, basically, in just a couple seconds. I've basically doubled it now. So yeah, Time Chamber is amazing for doing this. And then one more quick tip I will show is if I travel to space. So here I am in space, and I've never tested this. So supposedly, you can go Super Saiyan, and then, or whatever form you're training your stamina. And I'm going to do my max power mode as well, because I might as freaking well, right? You enter the space pod, and supposedly, your stamina will go up. And it is, yeah, it's going up. So, like, if you don't have the Time Chamber and you want to AFK, the reason that people do this method is because, as you guys can see, I'm not losing stamina. This method is definitely very slow, but if you want to AFK it, this is the best way to do it, because you could probably, like, for example, go to work, go to school, go take a nap, do whatever you want to do, watch YouTube, and you don't have to touch your keyboard. You're not going to get kicked, and your stamina is just going to keep going up. Eventually, it will cap. Versus, you know, having to do this over and over again, you know? And also, like, the stamina will drain, and it'll stop you from flying. So, it's like a 100% AFK method. Moving on. What are the patch notes talking about next? The UI is showing a max. Okay. That's basically just this. When you're capped out, it'll say full. There are some bugs with it. Like on my Saiyan, my ultimate form says it's not full at stamina B when it is. So, keep that in mind. And then, let's talk about ultimate now. So let me go ahead and get on my main slot Saiyan. Okay, so here I am on my main Saiyan now. If I click ultimate, as you can see, this is the bug I was talking about. My ultimate is fully perfected. So, let's go ahead and go into ultimate. Now, pretty much, the reasoning behind doing this, there's two reasons. Number one, in the show, ultimate was, the whole point of it was that it was already perfect. Like, the whole point of ultimate is that it is bringing Gohan's full potential out of him right now. Because it was like a cheat code, so they could fight Boo. Now, literally, like, I don't know why you had to perfect it in the first place, considering that, but makes me go crazy. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, I feel like the other reason is ultimate was by far the best form in the game before this update. And part of the whole idea behind the perfection update was kind of to give you a reason to use these other forms. That's why they have different caps and everything. By the way, it's still bullshit the Super Saiyan doesn't have A and A. It should totally have A and A. That is the form in the game that makes the most sense to have A and A, but I digress. Anyway, yeah, pretty much ultimate just kind of didn't make sense to be like head and shoulders above everything. Now maybe Super Saiyan 3 can kind of compete. If you guys want to test it, let me go ahead and test it. So if I go to this Turles Crusher guy and I use Arm Crash, 12,854. So it's still doing less. I saw people complaining that ultimate was gutted now, by the way. Yeah, ultimate is still doing more damage. And I'll go over why that is. So, pretty much, so the next thing to really talk about is just, the reasoning for ultimate and, a compensation for it, because obviously it sucks that we trained for ultimate just for it to, you know, be reverted. So, let's go ahead and talk about that. So, for those, this is from Gray himself. I can actually quickly just pull it up. From Gray himself. Curious as to why Ultimate got nerfed. Reasoning was Ultimate in the show is basically already perfect. This is what I was saying earlier. Can in theory catch up in damage. They still can't, but anyway. Ultimate is still the strongest form. One thing I do want to mention to all of you as well is there's a stat that forms give you called damage reduction, and Ultimate has by far the highest damage reduction in the game. So just keep that in mind. Ultimate is the tankiest form, and it is the most consistent, pretty much. Now, yeah, you can train your forms to catch up to it and even surpass it in damage, but even Heaven Savior, if I look back at my game, what is Heaven Savior's letters? Oops, didn't want to do that. The letters are, yeah, key type here. There's a nerf here. Meanwhile, in Ultimate, there is no nerf. And I'm getting jumped. No. You go dynamic. Say no to bullying. Anyway, pretty much, opinion on Ultimate Mastery. So this, what the screenshot is a tester pull. Damn, Gray, leaking inner circle, huh? You should be banned. So this is the poll. Keep Ultimate how it is, only got 9 votes. Remove its DCBAS, only had 4 votes, and then the overall majority was 22 votes. So, yeah. I think Sunny said in the general chat, thank Bobby for this update. I mean, obviously he was joking, but a lot of people are going to take that seriously, because a lot of the things I said in my video, like Ultimate you know, getting nerfed, for example. I did say that. And then I'm pretty sure the exact multipliers that they ended up putting in the game were the exact things that I said. By multipliers, I mean the drain for the stamina. To address that really quickly, most of the things that I say when I'm suggesting things, or at least some of it, everything that I said when it came to form perfecting, at least, I formed those opinions from hearing them from other testers and speaking to other testers about it. So it wasn't really me or my idea, it was just the testers in general, which yes, I'm part of, so I can take part of the blame for it if you don't like it. But it wasn't just my suggestion, you know. I can't just say like, hey guys, add this to the game. I can't just say like, hey guys, add what's something like niche. I don't know, like add a Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha ultimate for no reason, right? Because we'd only have the times 4 right now. I can't just say to do that and they'll just do it the next update. Or like I can't just DM Sonny and be like, hey, do this, and like he'll hear it out, but he's just not gonna add it. Like there's different priorities that the devs have, you know, like that's why certain things take so long to get added, is because there's certain priorities that the devs have when updating the game that they can't just skip the line to go do something else when they're working currently on like one specific thing, if that makes sense. So pretty much like my input, as well as literally every player's input, matters. It's just that my voice is louder because I have a YouTube channel. Like that's literally it. And so like there's no real, like, I can't just, you know, make changes like that. If I could, you best damn believe the Super Saiyan letter would be AA, man. That's my #1. Come on, bro. But anyway, not too much else to talk about. Just so you know, like any of my opinions on the perfecting system, I didn't just go out on a whim and say them. Like I actually discussed with other testers and informed them like that. So other than that, I think this update was a pretty good update. I do like the changes to perfecting. I think all the changes in this update were good changes. Keep in mind, a code will be dropped on the 30th, and that will compensate. So hopefully it's a 2x mastery for like an hour or 2 or something, hopefully. That would be pretty sweet. Anyway, that's about it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, you guys have a good one. And remember, your voice matters. You guys did this. You complained, and complained, and complained, and then they fixed it. And, again, I think it was good complaining. I agree. They should have definitely made it easier, and they did. So yeah, shout out to the dev team. W-mans.